Hi guys, and welcome back to Is It Worth It Reviews. My name is Srboljub and today we are talking about Wiim Pro Plus. And this is a streaming deck or a network player. And it's been hyped, truly hyped last few months on the web, and many of you asked for me to review it. Actually, its predecessors Pro and Mini, but I got this one because it's the latest one. And as I said, this is a streaming deck, meaning that you can connect it to your network using Ethernet port or Wi-Fi, and then you can use its internal deck and output analog signal through RCA ports directly to your preamp or integrated amp. But you can also use digital outputs, meaning that in that case you use Wiim Pro Plus as a digital platform, digital streamer only, but you're feeding digitally an external DAC. And we'll talk about both of these use cases and how does it Wiim Pro Plus sound. But for now, I wanted to mention build quickly. This is made out of plastic, but it looks nice. It's functional. There is like some rubber part that's big on the bottom, so it doesn't slide on top of your shelf, and it just functions okay. In the front, there is not much to talk about really. There are some touch-sensitive buttons and one LED that will show you if you turned on the device, if the network connection is lost, and some things like that by changing the LED light or blinking, etc. So not much to tell about that really. The most important ingredient of all network-capable DACs, streaming DACs, network players, is actually software. Oh, just before I go to software, there is a remote control. It's also made out of plastic, but it feels and works decently. Back to the software. There is a Wiim dedicated app that you download from the App Store, and I was surprised that that app actually looks and works really nicely. It's a really mature app, and for me personally it is a surprise because Wiim is not an old and experienced brand, and usually when there is somebody new on the market they can do hardware well, they do sound fidelity well, but software usually needs some working, not with Wiim app. It has all the functions you need, user interface is nice and logical, many streaming services are supported. I'll be putting that on the screen while I speak. All of that just works nice. Then we have protocols such as Tidal Connect. I think Spotify Connect is also supported. I don't personally use Spotify because of its quite lousy sound fidelity. Then UPnP that I do like. For example, I use it with Bubble UPnP, which user interface I like and I know I'm familiar with, so I just use that app, and then I connect through UPnP to Wiim Pro Plus and everything works just fine. But as I said, its native app is really good too. And I don't think that it lacks anything really. And it's not any worse than great Bluesound from Bluesound Node devices, which is like super cool for a new and fresh brand on the market. But now let's talk about the sound. I started testing Wiim Pro Plus by using its analog outputs, meaning using it as a digital streamer, but also using its internal DAC, connected directly to my preamp. And this thing sounds quite good. Tonality is very neutral, it's not overly analytical or thin. If anything, I would actually call it slightly warm, but not too much really. It's just well balanced, full sounding, nicely sounding device. And detail retrieval is quite good. Soundstage is decent. It's not really huge, but it's quite decent. It's not one of those very flat without any sense of three-dimensionality. And dynamics are also quite okay. This is like a nicely lively sounding DAC. So really nothing to complain about when it comes to its DAC sound. And to see how good actually it is, I compared it to Topping E30 II. This is a $150 standalone DAC, and it is a really good DAC, one of the best at that price point. So I used digital outputs of Wiim Pro Plus, and then I used Topping E30 II as an external DAC instead of integrated solution in Wiim Pro Plus. And what I noticed is that E32 definitely has bolder, juicier sound, like tones feel more palpable, and the sound stage is slightly bigger and deeper with a bit better layering and separation between instruments and vocals and basically any tone in the recording. And the difference is noticeable, but it's not huge. It's not like the Topping is shaming internal DAC of Wiim Pro Plus. And it would be nice if I had SMSL SU-1 to compare to, but I borrowed it to my friend. Fortunately, I know that SMSL SU-1 is roughly on the same sound fidelity level as Topping E30 II. This Topping is a little bit fuller sounding in the bass line, a bit tamer in the highs, but other than that, SMSL SU-1 and this DAC are mostly comparable, meaning that SU-1 is also slightly better than the internal DAC of Wiim Pro Plus. But, as I said, it's not some huge difference that would put Wiim Pro Plus to shame. I would say it's on the same level with some previous slightly older Toppings and SMSLs around 100-150. Like, I don't know, SMSL SU-6 or Topping E30 without number 2, something along those lines. And those are also pretty darn good DACs. So Wiim Pro Plus internal DAC is not at the exactly same level as the latest standalone DAC crop, like this Topping or SU-1, but it's not far behind either. If you want to use it as an all-in-one device, I have no problem saying go ahead, do that. It's a pretty decent sounding DAC. But now we are switching to how does Wiim Pro Plus sound when we use its digital outputs as a digital streamer, digital platform only. And I used many DACs for that. Some of them are unreasonably expensive. And I have to say that Wiim Pro Plus is a fantastic digital platform. I started first by comparing it directly to Pi 2 Design Pi 2 AES. It's a Raspberry Pi based streamer. It's a digital streamer only, no DAC, and it used to cost $250. I'm not sure about its current pricing, but that was my to-go affordable digital streamer that I used to recommend for a long period of time. And I have to say that Wiim Pro Plus is fully matching Pi 2 AES. Now, they do have some differences in their tonality and how they sound, but quality-wise, they're on the same level. It's a same tier digital streamer. The difference is, however, if you're interested in that, is that Pi 2 AES has more focused, edge-oriented kind of sound. It sounds like, okay, we call that Western guitar here in Serbia, but in US, I'm not sure if you're calling it Western guitar. It's like slightly narrower neck and metal strings. And it has really sharp and zingy, clear, crisp tone to it. And that would be Pi 2 AES. On the opposite side of that would be Wiim Pro Plus, that would be like a classical guitar with plastic strings, and it still sounds very informative and clear, but it feels its tonality is softer and just tamer, because plastic strings do not have that same zing and sharpness as metal strings do. And that would be the kind of difference between Pi 2 AES, that is sharp and focused and very clean, and Wiim Pro Plus, that is slightly milder, softer, mellower sounding, but equally resolving and equally informative actually about the recording. And given that the sonics are comparable, but I think that Wiim Pro Plus looks nicer, it has really rich app and great user interface. It doesn't have any of that slight do-it-yourself vibe that Pi 2 AES has. And yeah, it has the DAC section, analog outputs on top of that really great digital platform. I think that Wiim Pro Plus is a better value. It's just a better deal currently. Now, I never reviewed Bluesound Node X, but I recently reviewed the previous version, slightly more affordable, that's still selling. That's Bluesound N130. I think that's 2020 version or something like that. And I didn't have it for a direct comparison, but I do remember listening to that DAC and testing it against some other digital streamers and DACs, and I can tell you this for sure. Wiim Pro Plus does not lag performance-wise behind that Bluesound Node. If anything, its digital streamer actually sounds better. And its analog outputs are roughly on the same level with Bluesound Node. I think that says a lot. Once again, I'm not sure how good Node X is, but that older Node next to Wiim Pro Plus, they feel like very, very comparable devices, and Wiim Pro Plus is significantly more affordable, which once again makes it a much, much greater value. Now, one last part is that because you feed Wiim Pro Plus with 5 volts over USB-C, you can use the power supply, which looks like a phone charger that's supplied with Wiim Pro Plus. But if you have, you can use a better quality power supply, something like hifi iPower or linear power supply. For example, I used LO Shanti, and Wiim Pro Plus reacts really nicely to a higher quality power supply. Once I added that, the sound became even richer, cleaner, and the sound stage became a little bit more three-dimensional and expansive. And with that linear power supply, Wiim Pro Plus becomes a seriously good digital platform. It basically came into the same tier as Eversolo DMPA6. So if we are talking only about digital outputs, it's on the same level with Eversolo DMPA6, which is a great digital streamer, and that says so much about Wiim Pro Plus. For the analog outputs, it cannot match DMPA6. DMPA6 has much better DAC section, much better analog outputs, and it's more dynamic, cleaner sounding, bigger, deeper sound stage. It's just livelier, more engaging, tones are fuller and more palpable. Wiim Pro Plus, with its own internal DAC, lags at least one tier, maybe two, probably two, behind Eversolo DMPA6. But digital outputs are right there, which basically leads me to the conclusion. Now, Wiim Pro Plus, if you want to use it as an all-in-one device, a streaming DAC, is pretty darn good value. For just 200 or 220, you get a mature, well-behaved streaming platform and pretty decent like budget entry deck. But if you only need a digital platform, you already have a nice standalone deck, that's where things get really interesting. Because with its own small switching power supply, it's a decent streamer, but if you add a good linear power supply, that level increases and it matches some much pricier digital streamers. And what can I tell you? It's a killer value, and I just have to say that I have no connections with Wiim. I did not take this review sample from them, but you know what? When something is good, it's good. I'll probably find some Amazon affiliate links so I can get at least something out of praising it. But jokes aside, this is a nice little deck and a great digital streamer and just fantastic value. It has my full recommendation. It's a no-brainer. And with that, I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more coming soon. Bye.